Hey, welcome back, everyone. It's me, Mr. 4K. So it's been about 6 days since this game has been released. And we're talking about Samson, of course. And it's, 50-50. It's been mixed. You either love it or you hate it. So it's kind of like that. Some people love it and some people hate it. But my opinion, as I have stated previously, I felt that this game should have been an early access. And for the life of me, I'll never understand why Liquid Swords didn't decide to release this game as an early access with a roadmap. For $25, an early access with a roadmap, I think they would get probably more positive feedback. Because people would understand, okay, well, this is an early access. Okay, we're just getting a little taste of what's in the game. We can give them the feedback as they're working through this game. This should have been an early access. So, look, I don't know what their story is. I don't know what happened with Liquid Swords and why they decided to release the game the way they decided to release it. But let's read these reviews. Do I agree with these reviews? Look, I want to say this. I understand both negative and positive reviews. I understand why some people don't like it, but I also understand why some people like it. I understand the 50-50 ratio on this mixed reviews. Mixed reviews, it doesn't mean that the game is bad. It just means that the game has a potential, but it kind of missed out on that potential. It's like a missed opportunity. Just like Mind's Eye, missed opportunity. All right, so this guy, what's his name? This guy had, what's his name? Chris P. Bacon had like 2 hours and 4 minutes. 2 hours and 4 minutes on the record. So he can probably refund the product, I guess. I don't know. What in the world were the developers thinking? Releasing this game in its current state. The main selling points, combat and driving, are atrocious, frustrating to deal with. My experience so far has me feeling so let down and disappointed. I've been waiting years for a game like this, only for it to be half-assed, hot garbage. Mad Max, which came out over a decade ago, it's levels above this game in terms of combat, vehicle handling. How did they manage to mess up this badly? The only way they can go into my good graces is if they crank out patches faster than Pearl Abyss. Until then, peace. Peace. Well, Chris, you have to understand something, Chris. When they were making Mad Max, they had Warner Brothers Interactive. They had more resources. They had more manpower. It was a more complete, full game. All right. This is a small budget game, okay? And they don't have the resources that they did have with Mad Max and Warner Brothers. And they don't have the resources that they used to have when they were part of the Avalanche Studios working on a Just Cause, right? They don't have those kind of resources. When you don't have the resources, there's only so much you can do. But I still agree with you, Chris. Chris P. Bacon. I still agree. They could have put this game into a early access. And if this game was in a early access, I think people would understand. All right, well, it's an early access. I can't really bitch and moan and complain when it's in an early access. Okay. So there's another review over here. This guy, no, I'm sorry, it's not a guy. It's a female. Jane Smithish. Jane Smithish. Well, we assume it's a female. I enjoyed it quite a bit, but I also think it's very underbaked and broken. It's a game with a ton of potential. In the city of Tindleston, it's one of the best realized game worlds I've ever seen. But the gameplay and mission structure needs a ton of work. Hopefully it gets it, because it could be something really, really special. I mean, look, Jane Smithish, I appreciate your optimism. And I was optimistic about the Mind's Eye, just like I was optimistic about the Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown. It's really up to the developers. I'm sure developers read these comments. I'm sure developers look at other YouTubers. They look at Truth social media, right? Twitter, X, Facebook, Instagram, Truth social media. They read all that stuff. I'm pretty sure. But at the end of the day, you know, we can bitch and moan all we want all day long. It's entirely up to developers whether or not they want to continue to support this game or not. You know, this isn't even this video when developers are watching. It's entirely up to you, developers. Only you can make that decision. Do you want to continue? Do you want to have a roadmap? Do you want to patch this game up and add some more features? We'll see what happens. You know, it would be nice if they add some more features, if they expand the map, if they, you know, have a multiplayer. You know, we'll see. Shakespeare. He had like 5 hours and 4 minutes on the record. Wanted to like it more. Games should scope down and try to deliver well on just a few aspects rather than stretching too thin over too much game. But if that was the plan here, they didn't quite hit it. The missions have 2 modes of play, vehicular and on foot, although sometimes you might do a bit of both. The car, love, it slides, rumbles, and it body slams other cars in glorious slow motion. This and city that is just dense and twisty enough to be interesting are the highlights. But eventually you're going to have to get out of the car and throw hands, and I just don't know what happened here. It's a gritty brawler that has taken no lessons from the last 15 years of melee system apart from environmental damage. He's your friend. It's glitchy, floaty, and flat. Moreover, it's extremely risky, as the knockout could make more than likely to put you in a the red of for the day, because you lose the money. You lose all the money that you have earned. Let me just get to the end of this comment review. I'd say it's more time in the oven situation, but I don't see how patches can fix something so core to the experience. It's just not fun to fight, and fighting, it's half the game. Well, this again goes back to what I was saying yesterday. Misleading. I don't blame this guy, Shakespeare. I understand his frustration. But why is he frustrated? Because he fell for it. He fell for the hype. Okay? And developers have a responsibility to educate the gamers. Hey, this is what our game is about. This is what we're making, and we're charging you only $25. Developers didn't do that. Not to my knowledge, okay? They didn't do that. They were misleading. They were kind of cooking this game for us to think that this is some sort of a GTA style, Grand Theft Auto style, Max Payne type GTA style game, right? And we're like, okay, well, if it's a GTA mixed with a Max Payne, well, bring it on. I want to play it, right? But that's what they were selling it on. That was the cooking part and selling part, which again, it's misleading. Same situation that I have brought up with Leslie Benzies and Built a Rocket Boy with Mind's Eye. Same situation. So I understand why some people are upset, but I also understand why some people enjoy it. But this really goes back to developers. This blame has to be pointed out at only one place, and that's what's the name of the company? Anyway, I forgot the name of the developers. Jesus Christ. What's the name of the developers? Liquid Swords. Jesus Christ. My ADHD. Liquid Swords. I'm getting too old for this, man. So there's another guy here. He's got some Japanese letters. I don't know. I don't know the Japanese, but anyway. He says the game is built on really cool concept, but it's straight garbage. Even if patches fix the junky animations, teleporting NPCs, and terrible input delay when driving, the core systems themselves are still incredibly bare bones and boring. It's obvious that it was on the brink of being cancelled entirely before they decided to just put out what they had to recoup some of the costs. I'm glad they did put it out, though. It fills a void left from PlayStation era gritty crime games like Driver, True Crime, and The Getaway, that studios just quit making out of fear of being labeled as GTA clone. The sole reason I'm not refunding it is because I do want more games like this, just hopefully from a more competent developer team. That's good. The guy didn't. Refund the game. He's just giving you his feelings about it. See, this is exactly what I've been saying, and that's why I said I'm not wrong about this. We got to put the blame where the blame needs to be put. Developers should have known better. It's just like Leslie Benzies. Like Leslie Benzies knew what he was doing. He's the head of the studio, okay, of the Built a Rocket Boy. He knew what he was doing. He knew that the game was not ready. He knew that the game, it's not a Grand Theft Auto style. So this is the issue. The issue is misleading and manipulation. And I don't know why developers, I hope the future developers understand, you are really not doing yourself a favor by manipulating gamers, okay? You're only hurting your reputation. And that's the last thing you want to do, is to hurt your reputation. Like Built a Rocket Boy and Leslie Benzies. Do you know how difficult it's going to be for him to make another video game? How difficult it will be for any other investor out there to trust him and say, well, how can we trust you, Leslie Benzies, after the whole Mind's Eye screw up disaster? So I don't know why developers and studios choose to do this kind of crap. I just don't. It's like a sabotaging yourself, dude. It's like self-destruct sabotage. Like, why do that? I just don't understand. There's some more negative reviews. Everyone is right. Miserable to control, no luck target, also with car like a muddy terrain everywhere, and when you die, your money is gone, no bank around. I think that was a conscious decision because they wanted you to make the game more difficult, more challenging. I don't have no problem with that. But I understand, The Butcher, he spent 4 hours and 5 minutes playing it. There's another guy called The Black Label. He has refunded this product. I tried to like the game, but hand-to-hand combat is just too janky. This really feels like it should be read in a Christopher Walken voice. I think Christopher Walken should read this. Really. I tried to like the game, but hand-to-hand combat is just too janky, especially if there are a lot of enemies. I can't. The driving seems too good to me, but repairs seems a tad bit high. I can't. Game runs smooth with no issues at all, with all the settings maxed. For now, I'm refunding, and I will try. For now, I'm refunding this game, and I will try at another time once all the kinks are worked out. All right, listen, I'm trying to make you guys laugh a little bit, all right? Don't go native on me, all right? Don't go native on me, all right? All right? Don't go native on me. I'm trying to make you laugh, all right? The game ran smooth. All right, let's see what else we have. It's like 50-50. There's some positives, there's some negative. Let's read the negative ones. To be honest, this is from Kick Trap Star. To be honest, this game needs a lot of work, but the current state of this game, it's bad. Fighting bugs galore, car bugs galore. Overall, gives the GTA 3 look on the real engine. Take Mind's Eye and put worse graphics. I don't know. I can't. Oh, man. Let's see. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. The reviews are really... Oh, look at this. Good God. Good Lord. Oh, my God. All right, so this review right here. This is from April 11th. And this is from Half Dan 91. If you like me from the 90s and you spent countless hours on the Driver game series, then get this purchase. The graphics is sublime, the physics heavy, but still have a real feeling to them, and the story, well, you have to buy it and find out. Look, here's the thing. It's exactly what I've been saying. It's 50-50. Now, I think personally me will enjoy this game because I like cars. I like the whole grittiness. You know, kind of reminds me of Max Payne and Grand Theft Auto, especially Grand Theft Auto 3 and Grand Theft Auto 4. I like the whole grittiness. And I think I personally will enjoy this. But I understand why other people will not enjoy it. And people have every right to complain because they feel let down. They feel like they were misled. You know, and that's what I've been saying on my previous videos. They all felt like they have been misled because developers, they were not clear about what the game is. If developers... I'll just end the video by saying this. All they had to do was put this game in an early access and be transparent and honest about what this game is as an early access. They could have made a video, developer diary video. They could have done interviews. They could have done so many things, right, to let everybody know what this game it's about. It's early. In an early stages, it's a work in progress. It's an early access. We have a story, but we're still adding more features. Please help us fund this game and give us your feedback. It's an early access. Tell us what kind of features would you like to see. We can put this in a roadmap in the future. They could have done that, but I'm sure they had their reasons as to why. I think this was a one deal time. Maybe the studio ran out of money. Maybe the studio had to fire some developers and they needed to make some quick cash. And they were like, okay, we had to fire some people. We don't have enough developers to work on this game. So they felt like, okay, we have to release this game in the state that it's in. I'm just speculating. I don't know what really happened with Liquid Swords. You know, this is why they should be transparent, and they should come out and make a video. But they're not even doing that. They're not even talking to us. They're not even explaining anything. So that only can indicate one thing, that they were like hurting with money, and they were short-staffed. They probably had to fire some developers, and they were like, okay, we need to make some money off of this game. If people want to think this is a Grand Theft Auto, so be it. Let them think it's a Grand Theft Auto. We just need to make some extra cash, and that's why they priced it at $25. So again, the blame has to go where it needs to go. Developers, of course. Liquid Swords, same thing with Mind's Eye. But I think this is better than Mind's Eye, because in this game, you can take any car you want to take. In Mind's Eye, you can't even do that. You can only drive a car that you are assigned to drive. Here, you can pick up any car you want to pick up. You can drive any car you want to drive. And the graphics look much, 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 much better. So I think Samson is far better. And it's also priced at $25. You know what I mean? Instead of $60. So there's a silver lining here that the Mind's Eye doesn't have. Mind's Eye, I still think, is the worst disaster of all time. Because it was priced at $60, okay? And on top of being $60, Leslie Benzies lied about the game, and it was buggy mess. It was not a Grand Theft Auto. So I think Mind's Eye is still the worst of the worst. There's no question. I mean, I did enjoy the campaign, but once you finish the campaign, that's it. You're not going to go back and replay the game again, okay? Unless, I don't know. People ask me, why don't you go play it again? It's been over a year since you played it. I don't know. I will see. I might re-download it and play it again just to see how it runs now with everything patched up on the PlayStation 5. I don't know. I might actually. We'll see. But I really want to try Samson. I really want to try this game. So, look, it's a 50-50. Look, guys, I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know. It's up to the developers. Whatever developers decides to do, they will do. The fate of this game really depends on developers. Developers have the cards. They have a full deck. They have the cards. It's up to them if they want to continue to support this game. And we'll find out if they want to support it or they'll just forget about it, and that's it. Kind of like Fast and the Furious Crossroads, and, Speaking of wasting $60, guys, I know you're complaining about this game, and I understand your complaint, but trust me, this is nothing. You only paid $25. Why don't you feel my pain? I paid $60 for Fast and the Furious Crossroads and Mind's Eye. Think about that. I paid $60 for Crossroads and $60 for Mind's Eye on the PlayStation 5. So, it's really not that bad. Okay? All right. So, there's a silver lining. Maybe this will make you feel better. But I understand the criticism. I understand why some people don't like it and why some people like it. I understand both negatives and positives. But is this a bad game? That will depend on you entirely. You are the one that will have to make that decision. Everyone's different, okay? We're all different. We all have different preferences. We all have different tastes. So it'll be different. It'll be different for me than for you. So it'll be different for everyone. But the only way to find out is you will have to buy the game and check it out and see for yourselves. That's the only way. And I think eventually that's what I will have to do. I will have to try it out myself and then see for myself. Okay, well, that's the video. There you have it. Plenty of Samson content here. And I see you guys are interested in Samson, because my videos on Samson are really getting a lot of attention. So thank you for watching, and thank you for subscribing. And I will see you on the next video. Happy Monday.